Hey there, it's Lenny McGill with the GlockStore Performance and Custom Shop here in the beautiful Nashville studios where we talk about everything to improve your Glock. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to talk about the conversion barrel concept, allowing you to shoot your 40 caliber Glocks, that'd be the Glock 22, the Glock 23, the Glock 27, the Glock 34, allowing you to shoot, 35, allowing you to shoot 9mm through your 40 caliber gun. And here's how it works. We have a conversion barrel. It's our double diamond conversion barrel, which allows you to shoot 9mm through your 40 caliber Glock. Again, now a lot of you say, well, why would I want to do that? Well, there's a couple reasons. First of all, 9mm ammo is much more available and much less expensive. So that's one really big thing. The other thing about the 9mm versus the 40 caliber is that the 9mm has less recoil. So if you're shooting 40 caliber for, say, self-defense, which is a good option because it really has a little bit more punch than a 9mm, and you want to practice a lot, or your kids want to shoot it, or your wife wants to shoot it, and they don't like the snappiness of the 40 caliber, well, you can get a tungsten guide rod to help reduce that, or should I say, you can also put a 9mm conversion barrel in, which has a little softer recoil and actually a lot less expensive to shoot. Really like 30%, maybe 40% less expensive than the 40 caliber rounds. And it's pretty simple. It's a drop-in part. Here's the barrel. We make them for all the different models. So if you have a 40 caliber, no matter which one it is, we can make it for you. We can help you get there. So I'm going to take out a brand new Glock 22 40 caliber, full size, right? Okay, it's the full size frame. Make sure it's empty. Look inside the chamber there, keep my finger off the trigger, pull the trigger in a safe direction. Now I've got an empty gun. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to just switch the barrels out. It's basically that easy. There's no really a disassembly here. It's really just taking the top off and switching the barrels out. So watch this. So to take the top off, we're going to go ahead and take our grip and just put my hand over top like so. The idea is I want to pull back on the slide just a little bit. You can see right here. Boom, pulling back just a little bit just to remove or release the pressure of this spring, the guide rod spring, on the slide lock or the takedown lever. And I got to go here with two fingers and pull down on both sides and hold down. And as I hold down, I can walk this slide off. Now, it always helps if you have the magazine out too, so it makes it a lot easier. You can still do it without the magazine in there, but drop the magazine makes it a lot easier. This is called the upper or slide. This is called the lower or frame. Most of you know that already. So we're not going to deal with the frame right now. We're going to go ahead and deal with the barrel. So there's the guide rod on this Gen 3 gun. And these barrels, by the way, work for Gen 3, Gen 4. We also have a Gen 5 option coming very soon. So no matter when you see this video, it should be available now or soon because we're working on them as we speak right now. And this being the mid-January 2024, those Gen 5 barrels should be available in February. Okay, that said, we're going to go ahead and take the guide rod out. Just going to press it with my thumb, boom, and just pop out the factory 40 caliber barrel. Now, let's go ahead and look at this 9mm conversion barrel. A couple things to think about. One, it's 40 caliber on the outside, but the inside diameter is 9mm. So if you look at the bores here, like so, I'll get them lined up. You can see this being the conversion barrel has a thicker wall than the 40 caliber barrel. So hence it has a 9mm internal. However, on the outside, they're identical, which means it's going to drop right in to the frame. Boom. And then you're going to take your guide rod and put it in, do so. But before I do that, I want to show you a couple things. One, I've got some of our dummy munition here. And the dummy munition is basically dummy rounds with no gunpowder, no primer, just basically brass and a bullet, just so it gives you the kind of the full weight. And I'm going to go ahead and drop it into the chamber, just so you can check it out. So you can see kind of the concept. So here's the dummy munition. It's a 9mm, right? There's a 40 cal, there's a 9. All right, look at the diameters right here. So now you know, I mean, it's really close, right? I mean, the 9mm is 0.357, the 40 caliber is 0.40. So basically, it's just 43.043. That's going to go ahead and make that, but enough that it's not going to work. So here's the 40 caliber rounds, not going to drop into the conversion barrel. Here's the 9mm round, and it drops in as expected. So, all right, so now we've established that. We're going to go ahead and drop our barrel in. Here's our guide rod. Drop it in, kind of compress it with your thumb, just seat it down on the lower notch there, and there it is. We actually like the stainless available a lot, but it is available in black and also in gold. And if you want to do Cerakote colors, we can do that as well. We can do a lot of custom work on those barrels. The stainless is one of my favorites because I just kind of like black and stainless, the look. Now, once you have it assembled, just go ahead and drop it right on to the frame and then rack the slide back. Boom. And it's ready to go. When you get a new barrel, they're going to be clean. We don't oil them from the factory. So a couple places you always want to think about oiling your barrel. It's right here, the metal-to-metal contact. The slide will force the barrel down. The Glock is uses what they call an articulating barrel, meaning it articulates, kind of dips down a little bit. So when you rack it back, you can see how it kind of sticks up a little bit. The slide is pushing it down, so there's metal-to-metal contact there. There's also metal-to-metal contact right here at the nose of the slide with the barrel. So the barrel's sliding in and out of that spot. So what I like to do is take our little gun butter oiler here with a needle point oiler and just drop some oil on the top of that barrel, just like so. All right, not a lot, but just enough to let it know we love it, and we're gonna protect it and give it something to run against, okay? So I'll let that slide go forward here. And you'll see as you work it a little bit, how that oil kind of disappears, because now it's going ahead and spreading itself around those metal-to-metal contact surfaces. Now the other spot we want to put some oil is right here at the hood of the barrel as it intersects with the ejection port of the slide. So we're going to go ahead and take our needle point applicator and just run a line right across there, like so. All right, and that is basically enough. You could oil a little bit more, but you really don't need much more if you have a good oil. And now we'll just rack it a couple more times, and you'll see how that oil has basically disappeared. It's now integrating itself into those metal-to-metal contact surfaces. All right, so now that is basically the installation. But the big question, and this is what people ask all the time, and I literally have answered this question a million times. Can I use my 40 caliber magazine with the 9mm conversion barrel? Good question, right? Can you load 9mm into a 40 caliber? This is a 9mm. This is a 9mm magazine. This is the 40 caliber magazine. The body is basically the same size. So they are interchangeable into the frames. That means I can put a 9mm magazine into that gun. It locks up. It will feed all day long 9mm into my 9mm conversion barrel. Now, like I said, the big question people always ask, if I buy the conversion barrel, do I need to buy a 9mm magazine? The stock answer is yes, you should, okay? Because it's going to be more reliable. It's designed for 9mm. It's going to say 9mm on it. You should. But in a bind, the 40 caliber magazine will, in fact, feed 9mm ammo. Now, is it going to be 100% reliable? I would say to you that I've shot lots of magazines like this without problems, although every once in a while it does seem to get a little bit funky and won't load properly. So it does work, but it's not 100%. But in a bind, you can certainly use your 40 caliber magazine. I wouldn't do it for self-defense. Now, if you're shooting, target shooting, you're just plinking around, you can certainly use your 40 caliber magazine to shoot 9mm ammo, and that is basically what we're showing you right here. I can actually load this guy. Whoa, didn't even go. How about that? So that one didn't load. So like I said, it's basically 100% not reliable. And that one's not loading either. Now it is. So it's, Yes and no. I mean, right here, this ammunition didn't work, but I will tell you that I have shot a bunch of them, and it does feed and fit in the magazines. And bottom line is, I'm going to try it one more time because I'm a little surprised. I thought it would actually feed. I have, like I said, shot real live ammo. And there, that one fed. And that one fed. So, like I said, it's not 100% reliable. If you do buy the conversion barrel for your .40 caliber and you're going to shoot 9mm through it, buy a 9mm magazine. That's the take on this side because you know, it'll work in a bind, but not all the time, just like we demonstrated right here. So what's really cool about Glock is that it has this interchangeability. And you know, if you think about it, the frame of the 22 is the same exact frame as the 19, or excuse me, the 17. The frame of the 23 is the same as the 19. The frame of the 26 is the same as the 27. So many of the parts are interchangeable. There's a couple differences. But that's why the Glock is very popular, because of this interchangeability. And the fact that you can actually shoot .40 caliber guns with 9mm ammunition when you get a conversion barrel. So that's the take on the 22 to 9mm conversion barrel. I'm Lenny McGill. This, of course, is the GlockStore. We've got these barrels in stock most of the time. We sell a lot of them because they are really fun. They give you the ability to shoot the 9mm, which is a lot less expensive, less recoil, and kind of a fun experience with your Glock .40 caliber. So if you have any questions, certainly, you know, email, text us, and you know, we'll try to get back to you. But I hope I've answered just about everything you can imagine for transferring your .40 caliber into a 9mm. I'm Lenny McGill again. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.